In 1492, the Catholic monarchs conquered the last bastion of the Muslims in Spain, bringing Al-Andalus to an end. And over the next 100 years, they oppressed and tortured the Muslims, killing them, imprisoning them, stealing their land, until eventually all Muslims were completely expelled from the peninsula. But now the Catholics had a problem, because they were on the edge of the world and the Muslims controlled the trade routes to the east. So they sailed west around the world, looking for India and Asia in a new direction, hoping to circumnavigate the Muslim lands and avoid them altogether. But that's when they discovered something they considered absolutely horrifying. They had just destroyed the Muslims of Spain and Portugal and had found an entirely new continent in the west. But as their boats arrived in Asia, on the islands of the Philippines, they found the Muslims had already been there. In fact, there were Muslims everywhere on these islands, as Islam by now was rapidly spreading across the populations. Kings and queens and their peoples were becoming Muslim all across the archipelago, something the conquistadors could never have imagined. This is the reality of Islam in the world. The enemies try to extinguish it in one place, and it rapidly appears and expands in another. And this is something that most of our Muslim youth today don't understand. That empires come and go, but Islam just keeps on growing and growing throughout the ages. That's why I've decided to write this book, the entire history of Islam. And in this book, I'm writing our entire history completely. From the Muslims in Spain and Portugal and France and Italy, to the Muslims in the Philippines and Vietnam and China. Each of these lands had Muslim sultanates and kingdoms. Each of these lands had and still has a rich history of Islam. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. In this book, I will show you the history of every place and every land that the Muslims have touched, from the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam all the way to the modern era. And this will not be a bland, boring academic book. It will be full of emotion and color. You will feel the hope and the fear of the people before you. You will feel the sadness and the anger, the glory and the grief, the relentless determination and the desperation of generations long past. So go to my website to pre-order the book. I will literally write your name into the book so that the world knows that you were one of the original supporters. May Allah give your name an everlasting legacy. May the people who read this book generations from now recognize and see your name. And may you be considered one of the co-authors of this book because you were one of the first to back it. Perhaps the most important book of this generation.